Elsewhere in the country, there's more good news in New South Wales, with restrictions easing a little more. Rather than one parent, both parents will now be able to watch their children at sport. Wedding parties of up to 20 are now going to be allowed to dance. And singing is allowable for groups of up to 5. I can't believe we have such meddlesome, specific, interfering little laws, but at least they're being relaxed rather than tightened. And I reckon I undersold the South Australian border issue yesterday. As a former crow eater keen to get back there to see my parents, I missed the forest for the trees. This, of course, is the only border open to the people of New South Wales at the moment. So this is a great chance for people to travel to my home state, a real win for tourism in South Australia. The people of New South Wales really ought to get over there, check out the hills and the wine areas, the wonderful Flinders Ranges, so many great places to check out over there. So hop to it. New South Waleshmen, you can actually leave the state across one border. But on the border between New South Wales and Queensland, the federal government is pulling out its ADF support. They've got more important jobs to do, of course, like enforce that, rather than enforce a hard border between these states, they shouldn't even be there. They've got important jobs like hotel quarantine for the overseas arrivals that are coming in and looking to upscale. But Queensland is whinging about the ADF going.
It's very disappointing. In a time of a global pandemic, it would have been wonderful to see even more cooperation with the federal government.
So there was an existing agreement that did expire then. As I've demonstrated to you, Lane, we asked for that to be extended because that support was important and that request was denied. And so the claim coming out of the federal government that we didn't request an extension is just plain wrong.
He's a fool. I mean, the reality is we have provided support to Queensland and will continue to provide support to Queensland.
So there you go, state and federal governments in a spat during a crisis. But think about this. Annastacia Palaszczuk wants to keep her borders shut to other Australians when there's no need to do so. And then she's asking those same other Australians to supply her with the Australian Defence Force personnel that all Australians pay for to help her keep her fellow Australians out of Queensland. That, Premier, is asking too much. Queensland, part of Australia on a day that suits, pretending it's a foreign country the next.